Hello, it's Alpita, and welcome to Feng Shui Friday. Today I am talking about the Chinese zodiacs. Hold on one second. I've got like 3 million things open here. Okay, all right. So, did you know that the year of the fire horse brings completely different energy to each of the Chinese zodiac signs? Okay, so yes, this year is a year of visibility. For everyone, it's a year of a lot of change, right? Great change because it is a fire year. The element of I talked last week in my Feng Shui Friday live that the element of this year is fire, and I talked about the different how the fire of the year interacts with the fire element of your birth year. Okay, so you can go check out that video. And today we are going to be talking about the actual Chinese zodiac signs. Okay, so for some signs, this year is a year of major opportunities and visibility, and for others, it's a year of big change and transformation. Okay, fire is about transformation, right? However, fire can transform through destruction, right? Think of things being burnt down. But fire can also transform through alchemy, through transmutation, through fuel, passion, right? Those sort of things. So, what year is it going to be for you? Okay. So before we start, I'd love for you to drop your Chinese zodiac sign in the comments. If you don't know it, drop your birth year. I am going to be giving you all the signs and their years as well. So for me, I am a fire dragon. And actually, just to give you a little bit of background, the Chinese zodiac animals actually come from one branch of, I don't even want to call it a branch, but one type of Chinese astrology. There's several actually. But the Chinese astrology that this comes from is called the Four Pillars astrology. And it's called Four Pillars because you actually have four animals and four elements. And they might be the same, they might be different, but you have one for your time of birth, right? The 2 hour window. I'm sorry, yeah, 2 hour window that you were born in. You have one for the day, right? And you have one for the month, and you have one for the year. So we all know, most people know their Chinese zodiac for the year that they were born. Like I was born in 1976. I was born on February 13th, Friday the 13th. And so for that year, the Chinese zodiac animal is the dragon. And it's also a fire dragon. So every animal they go through cycles. It's 60 years to kind of get back to the rhythm, right? So if you're 60 this year, then you were actually born in the year of the fire horse. So just a little bit of background for that. So if you're interested in any of this, learning more about your Four Pillars astrology, you can definitely DM me and we can set that up. We can set up an appointment for that. So, so as a certified feng shui practitioner, I love this stuff. This is just really fascinating. I took an actual class in Four Pillars astrology when I was doing my feng shui certification, and it is just, I find it just fascinating. Okay, so let's start with the year of the rat. So you are born in the year of the rat. Mind you, if you are born in the end of January, early February, you need to actually go look it up because that's when the Chinese New Year is. Right? It is based on the lunar cycle, which is actually 13 lunar months, which are 28 days. Okay, that's why, and it's always the second new moon after the winter solstice. That's what the correlation is. So you need to actually go look at your, go look it up. There's several websites. I'll post one later after I'm done with this live. In the comments, okay, that you can go look it up. So the year of the rat was 1960, 1972, 1984, 1996, 2028, and 2020. And the theme for you this year, for if you're a rat, is a bold action and forward movement. The best way to align with that is to start delayed projects, trust your intuition, and take courageous steps. Okay. So, if you are a rat, drop a rat in the comments. And are you ready to take bold action this year instead of overthinking? That's the thing that I want you to really think about. Okay. So, are there any rats? Just drop a little rat in the comments. Also, next one is the ox. So the ox was in the years 1961, 1973, 1985, and 1997, 2009, and 2021. Again, if you were born the end of January, early February, you would need to actually go look it up because that's when the Chinese New Year is. So you could be the year before. So for you, if you are an ox this year, the themes for you are recognition for hard work and embracing change. So this might be the year of promotion. It might be the year of fame. Again, it's visibility this year, right? The fire element. So for you, I highly recommend that you stay consistent, which is easy for the ox to do. That's part of your nature. Allow yourself to be seen and don't downplay your accomplishments. So if somebody says, "Oh my God, you did an amazing job," say thank you. Okay? Sometimes that's all you need to say. Don't be shy this year. And if you're an ox, pop an ox emoji in the comments. And do you feel called to make some changes this year? Okay? All right, next one is the tiger. This, you are a tiger in Chinese astrology. If you were born in 1962, 1974, 1986, 1998, 2010, and 2022. I doubt we have anybody that was born in 2022. I'm just reading my notes here. But if you had a baby in 2022, they're a tiger. So your themes are leadership and visibility. Big year for the tiger. Your recommendations are to take leadership roles, share your voice, trust your bold ideas. Okay. Which is easy for the tigers to do. Drop a tiger if you are a tiger. And do you feel ready to step into more leadership? Because that's the key to your visibility this year. All right. Next is rabbit. So the years of the rabbit were 1963, 1975, 1987, 1999, 2011, and 2023. We just had a year of the rabbit a few years ago. Your themes for this year are confidence and intuition. So really trusting yourself, leaning into knowing. Kind of think of the story of the turtle and the hare, right? Like just trust. Like even though you're running fast and you're moving forward, just trust that you'll get to the finish line. Okay. I recommend this year that you create calm spaces to really help regulate your nervous system, trust your inner guidance, and allow yourself to be more visible. I just need to adjust this light because it's just bothering me. All right, if you're a rabbit, pop a rabbit emoji in the comments. And are you working on trusting yourself more this year? You're going to find these themes are going to be showing up in your life. Okay. And one of the key things with the Chinese Zodiac is, especially in the year of the fire horse, it's not if you're going to be visible, it's not if you're going to move forward, especially in a double fire year. And what that means is fire is the element of the year, but it's the horse is also fire element. It's either move or be dragged. Okay, so the choice is yours. You're gonna move anyway. You don't have a choice on that. But are you going to move of your own accord? Are you going to use the energy of the horse as leverage, or are you going to allow it? And that's the other thing is there's a high possibility for many signs for burnout. Okay, that's why I highly recommend, if you're really interested and you want to know more about these, to schedule a session and we can go deeper into your chart. Like I talked about the 4 pillars, which is the hour, the day, the month, and the year. I'm actually a double fire dragon. My hour, I was born at 7:50 a.m. and my year are fire dragon. So I have a lot of dragon energy and or fire energy because the dragon as well obviously is a fire sign. So for me, we're we're like, what are we in? Like week what, 10, 11 of the year, and I'm already experiencing burnout. And so I'm just like, well, starting to see the signs of burnout. And yesterday I was just like, okay, I need to take a step back and I need to recalibrate. What stays, what goes, what do I do more of, what do I find more efficient ways to do, and what do I stop doing at all. Okay, so that's really, really important. And speaking of the year of the dragon, that's the next one. The years for the dragon are 1964, 1976, 1988, 2000, 2012, and 2024. So this year is about expansion and opportunity, right? This year is about dreaming bigger, saying yes to opportunities, aligned opportunities, and shining. So this year for the dragon, it is about visibility. Okay. And for some people, and when I talk about visibility, it is the fire element in Feng Shui, which the Chinese zodiac has elements of, right? They're all like an integrated system, for lack of a better word. There's only one fire element in the energy map, which is called the Bagua in our space, is fame and reputation, right? And fame doesn't always mean infamy or your 15 minutes of fame or being a celebrity, but it is visibility. It's being seen, right? It's also about your reputation. So your reputation is your brand. What do you want to be known for? And that could be personally as a person. It could be in your job. It could be in your business. It could be in so many ways. And visibility doesn't always mean like me coming on here and doing, lives and showing up. Sometimes it's just letting people see you. It's when you feel the urge to say something, say it, speaking up, saying, I did that. That's my work. You know what I mean? Taking credit for things. That's visibility as well. So it's different, even if you're an introvert, you can be seen this year, right? In ways that are in alignment for you. So for the dragons, pop a dragon emoji below. And are you feeling called to dream bigger this year? So for the dragons, especially because I'm a dragon, I want you to stop. I know we just went through the Virgo full moon, which the Virgo is all about the details. But sometimes we gotta like zoom in and then zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. That is the biggest thing that I can share with you this year. Okay, it's like zoom out. What is the big picture? What is my big goal? And then zoom back in and be like, okay, how do I get to the next step? How do I get to the next exit? And then zoom back out again and then zoom back in. Okay, what's the next step? Okay, it's not about being really like nitpicky about details, but it's also not about being nebulous and saying, well, I want $1 million or something like that. So getting specific, but also continuing that zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. I took a step. Okay, is that in alignment? Zoom out. Okay, it is in alignment. Zoom in. What's the next step? It's not in alignment. Okay, what do I need to do to shift it? That's been part of my journey this year. Okay, so far. And we're only like, 3 weeks into the Chinese New Year? So much more to come. All right, next for the snakes. If you were born in the years 1965, 1977, 1989, 2001, 2013, or 2025, last year, as some of you had babies last year, the theme is strategy and transformation, right? You guys had an amazing year last year. That was your year. And this year is about moving intentionally, focusing on long-term goals, and trusting your instincts. So if you're a snake, drop a snake in the comments. And do you feel like this year, I'm sorry, just reading my notes. Do you feel like this is a year to be more strategic with money or business? Okay. So for you snakes, that's the question I want you to ponder on. You can answer it in the comment if you want, or you can schedule a session and we can discuss it together and I can give you some guidance as to what the best strategy for you would be. Okay. If you were born in the year of the horse, this is your year. If you're born in 1966, that means you are a fire horse because the Chinese zodiac moves in 60-year cycles. So happy birthday to you fire horses out there, or you horses out there in general. So if you were born in 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002, or 2014, you might be a horse. Again, you have to, if you're born at the end of January or February, beginning of February, you'd need to actually look it up. So for you, this year is about personal breakthroughs, and it is a very strong energy year. You've got the power of the horse behind you, okay? So depending upon the element of the year that you were born, you know, it can be, if you were born in a wood year, this year might be a little challenging. I invite you to go watch the other video about the elements that I did last week, because that'll give you better clarity. But this year is about embracing new opportunities, following your passions, and allowing yourself to evolve. Okay? So if you're a horse, drop a horse in the comments. And do you feel like this fire energy already, moving in your life? Okay? And I ask that of all of you, regardless of your sign. I definitely feel called to take more action. But I'm also feeling called to, okay, I take the action. Again, I'm a dragon, so this year is different for me. But take action. Is this an alignment? Did I get the result I wanted? Do I need to be patient? Is this momentum, right? And recalibrate, recalc. That's not for everybody, but it is for me. Okay, next we have the goat or the sheep in different parts of the country. It depends upon what it's called, right? So the goat or the sheep are for the years of 1967, 1979, 1991, 2003, and 2015. So this year for you is creativity and appreciation. Great for expressing your creativity, nurturing relationships, and receiving appreciation. So appreciation could also look like raises, money, titles, awards, and things like that. So it's not just verbal appreciation. You got to remember this is a fire year, so it's about visibility. So the appreciation will be visible. Or maybe saying, like, somebody like the CEO of your company coming up to you and being like, oh my God, amazing job, in a room full of people. So this isn't quiet appreciation. This isn't like whispered appreciation. This is visible appreciation, okay? And it could be receiving a bonus, receiving a raise, or a promotion or something like that. All right, so if you're a goat or sheep, drop a goat in the comments. And are you feeling more creative Tap into that energy, use it, okay? Fire can be a very creative energy when we use it appropriately, right? All right, next we have the monkey. This is for the years of 1968, 1980, 1992, 2004, and 2016. Okay. So this year for you is innovation and clever opportunities. Okay. It is best to follow your ideas, stay curious, and be open to unexpected opportunities. Okay. So here, this is where, like, I really love to do what I call multidisciplinary sessions. So we're talking about, being open to unexpected opportunities. So this is where I would look at your human design chart and be like, okay, what is your strategy and authority? So I am a sacral being, and my strategy is to respond and trust my gut. So if I were a monkey, what I would do is, like, does it feel good? Does it feel sustainable? Do I want to do it? Does it feel like, this is something I want to do, right? And then I would take action. Not every opportunity is aligned with your energy and your goals. Okay? So, like, I got an email the other day about this opportunity to teach a class I took, and I could make $500. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but it's 4 days. It's, yeah, something that I'm interested in, but is it in line with what I'm doing in my business? No. Okay. So that would be a no for me. Okay. So this is where I want you to really, like, just because it's an opportunity that crosses your email or your desk or whatever, it doesn't always mean that it is the best opportunity for you. You have to look at it from every angle. And one of the most important angles to look at things from is your energy. How do you feel when you talk about it? Do you get excited about it? Does this feel like something you want to do? And I know that's sacral energy talking, but for all of us, does this feel like it's in alignment, right? If I got an opportunity to go become a mechanic, it's like, yeah, no, that's not something that's aligned for me. Maybe it's crossing my path because I'm meant to share it with someone else, right? But it's not for me. Okay. So if you're a monkey, comment the monkey emoji below. And do you feel new ideas or opportunities are popping up for you? You'll find that once we cross into Aries, which the Western astrological New Year starts, that the energy is already picking up. We have the planet Jupiter is going direct on the 10th, which is Tuesday, I believe. And so that's going to shift things. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, right? So that's going to shift things. And also, right now, we're in Mercury retrograde. So we got to bear these things in mind. So, like, some of the things that are coming up right now are kind of like previews, right? Like, coming next, coming attractions, right? And you'll see the energy will pick up as we move into the end of March. Okay. I know sometimes it's hard being patient. Like, I know me, I'm chomping at the bit to get things moving, right? All right, next we have the rooster. The rooster is for those of you born in the years of 1969, 1981, 1993, 2005, and 2017. So this year for you is clarity and truth. I highly recommend that you declutter, focus on what truly matters to you, and speak your truth. So I want to talk a little bit about what truly matters to you. I think it's really important to sit down and write your values. So I took a course with Stacy Alpine last year, and it was really about your, like, getting clear on your values. And I don't mean like just values like honesty and faithfulness and things like that, but like, what are the things that you value in your life? Like for me, one of my values is in this scheme, right, is a peaceful purple paradise, purple curtains, purple sheets, purple blanket, like really turning my home into a paradise that's peaceful and it really reflects who I am. I'm actually sitting here. One of the recommendations that I got for me was like, what is something that I can do to really increase my visibility? And in Feng Shui, it was like, put a symbol of the success where you work, and which is actually the wall right in front of me. So there's nothing in that space. And it's like, okay, what can I put there that symbolizes the success that I'm creating in my business, right? The ease, the joy, the impact, right? So this is where the Chinese Zodiac and Feng Shui align. It's like working with your Chinese Zodiac to create a space in your home, your whole home. It could be, if you're in an apartment or you have a roommate, it's your room. Like for me, I do a lot of things in my room. And in Feng Shui, we actually traditionally do it in three places. We do the property, if we can. We do the whole home, if we can. And then your bedroom or your office, depending upon if we're working with your business or your personal life. And for me, my office right now, this is my bedroom. I'm sitting on my bed. These are my pillows, right? So it's the same thing, right? So I actually like to start from the inside out, right? I start with my room. And then I go to the whole home, because sometimes you can't. Like my prosperity corner is in my youngest son's bedroom, and like it's just not the place to be putting things. I can do some things, I can't do other things, because again, he's a child. I don't want things there that are gonna, get ruined or whatever. And then the property, right? So this is where those things intersect. So again, for you, if you are a rooster this year, what matters to you? What are your values, right? Like I have a whole list of them, and it's like, if it doesn't align with those values, I don't do it. If it's taking me off track from my goals, I don't do it. Now, mind you, there are certain things that we do need to do, like laundry and dishes and things like that. And then you kind of have to like do the math in your head and find meaning in that. Like for me, chores are self-care. My environment is very important to me. Okay. I'm very sensitive to my environment. I don't like clutter. And there's a difference between the chaos of creation, like when I'm making jewelry And like I'll put 3 million beads out. Like right now I'm working on aquamarine for you March goddesses out there for your birthstone. And like I'll put all the aquamarine beads out, right? And then I'll be like, oh, I really like this with this, and let's see what this looks like, right? But that's the chaos of creation. That's not clutter. Clutter is stuff that just sits there, right? And so being really mindful, and that's for everyone, right? Clutter is distraction. It is things like, even when you start to not see it, that's the worst because it's still affecting you. Okay. And the biggest clutter we have in our homes, there's two. One is paper, which I really don't, because I'm a germaphobe. I don't really bring paper into my home. Things get looked at and trashed or copied, taken pictures of, or whatever. And wires are like, and they're fire energy, so just being mindful of the wires, and that's for everybody, not just for the rooster. Okay, so if you're a rooster, drop a rooster in the comments. And are you feeling called to simplify or organize your life? Okay, and again, what are your values? What are things that are important to you? So if I were a rooster, I would be looking at relationships. I like depth in my relationships. If there's no depth there, if we're like really surface, then you'll find that like I'm kind of like not engaging as much, right? I'm disconnecting myself from gossip and drama and things like that. Everybody has their stuff, okay, and people need to vent, but I don't want to get caught up in other people's things, right? So unless I can do something about it, and that's different, all right? It's not about not being empathetic. It's about guarding my peace, right? And I feel like that's part of what the rooster is doing this year, is really guarding your peace, right? Okay, next we have the dog, which is the years of 1970, 1982, 1994, 2006, and 2018. So this year for you is relationships and loyalty. I was going to say royalty, but it's loyalty. I highly recommend that you nurture meaningful relationships. See, I was just talking about this. This happens even in my tarot readings, where like I start talking about something and then I'll pull cards and I'm like, oh, I already talked about this. So nurturing meaningful relationships for the dog, setting boundaries, and trust supportive people. So here I want to make a comment, and this is not just for the dog, people born in the year of the dog, but for everybody. I had a client many years ago who was like, I just need to trust people more. And I was like, no, you need to find people that you can trust. We don't trust unworthy people. We don't trust people that are inconsistent or have betrayed us or lied to us or have done us wrong. That's not what we should be doing. Okay? We give a person a chance, maybe we give them a second chance, and after that it's like, yeah, I don't think so. They're showing you who they are through their behavior, through their actions, and you need to trust that. Not their words, but their behavior. What we need to do is find people that we can trust. There's a difference. We don't just trust everybody. I mean, obviously we give people the benefit of the doubt, but then when they show you who they are, you believe that. And if they are not trustworthy people because they've been inconsistent, they've lied, they've whatever your criteria for trustworthy is, then you distance yourself. You cut them out of your life, you block them, you unfriend them, whatever. You end the relationship. And you call in people that you can trust. And you can tell, you can feel it. When somebody is being honest with you, you can feel it. Okay, we're all intuitive, right? Okay, so if you're a dog, drop a dog in the comments. And do you feel like your relationships are becoming more important to you this year? You'll find greater depth in your relationships, just like I was just talking about that, right? This may be a year of like shit or get off the pot. Like, what are we doing here? Having that conversation. And it might be in business, it might be in friendships, and it might also be in relationship. Okay? So maybe some dogs getting hitched this year. Just putting it out there. All right. Next. The last zodiac sign is the pig, and that is the years of 1971, 1983, 1995, 2007, and 2019. This year is about abundance and enjoyment. So this year is about practicing gratitude staying open to receiving and enjoying blessings. So lots of money coming in for you pigs if you're open to it. You got to open your hand to receive. You have to ask to receive, right? And if you're a pig, comment below. And are you ready to receive abundance? Right? It can show up, but if we don't open the door, it ain't gonna come in, right? Can't feed a closed mouth, right? So, there is something really interesting happening with this fire horse year that carries a lot of energy around visibility and karmic return. I'm on a live, baby. You gotta give me. I don't know. When I'm done, I'm done. So meaning that many people are starting to receive blessings and opportunities and recognition for the good energy that they're already putting into the world. And one of the things I love to do at the beginning of every new Chinese zodiac year is a Feng Shui ritual that helps activate that energy intentional. And Feng Shui has many different aspects to it, right? I'm on a live. Not right now, baby. I didn't order groceries. So we do cures, which is like fixing something, right? Clutter, decluttering is a cure. We do placements where we put something in a specific area as a reflection of our intention to call in a desire. And then we do rituals that kind of span a little bit of both. So I've actually created my own ritual. I love to do this. I started doing it when I was getting my certification, and my teacher was just like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I just do. It's one of those things that comes natural, right? Some people are musically inclined, some people are mechanically inclined. I love to create things, right? And one of the things I love to create are rituals. So I actually created a ritual called the Return of the 9 Blessings. It's a really simple Feng Shui ritual you can do in your fame and reputation area. Now, mind you, if you do not know Feng Shui or not familiar with it, our space is separated, but like kind of you would draw like you were looking, like you took the roof off of your room or your home, right? Or your property, and you're looking down on it, right? Like a floor plan, like an architectural blueprint. That's what you would create, and you don't need rulers for this. Actually, looking at somebody's just hand drawn, like just in 5 minutes, tells me so much more than if you took a ruler and measured stuff. That's not what we want. But when you do that, you're gonna separate your space. You're gonna separate into 9. So 3 rows, 3 columns, right? You want to kind of make it sort of even if you can. Some rooms are not square or rectangular, so you do the best you can. So that means sometimes we have missing corners, sometimes we have, extra pieces, right? So when you do that, or even if just like walking into your home or walking into your bedroom, the center of the back wall, right, is your fame and reputation. So if you see where that window is, sort of approximately where that window is my fame and reputation. It's not actually in the center of the wall, but it's like half of it is right to, and if you see right there, where am I here? Right here. That's actually a Feng Shui print of the dragon. It's actually put there for Feng Shui reasons, okay? So, and that's the other thing that I want to warn, if you do Feng Shui on your own, like, it should make sense in your space. If you've got a Victorian home and you've got all these, like, Feng Shui coins and red ribbons and crystals that make no sense to the time period that your home is supposed to be replicating, it's not aesthetically pleasing. Feng Shui is about harmony. It's not about throwing up a bunch of wind chimes and crystals and mirrors and Feng Shui coins and red ribbons and calling it a day. You want it to make sense in your space, and people should not be able to see your Feng Shui placements and cures. Okay, I pointed that out because there's an intention there. Okay, that's part of my fame and reputation, and so I've put the dragon there so that I can bring that into my home, right? And actually, one of the things that I don't like about this piece is that the dragon is just a, ink drawing on, beige paper, handmade paper. And I've always wanted to like color it in, but I feel bad coloring it in. So maybe this is the year that I add some color to it, because obviously the the color for the fame and reputation is red. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you have to go and paint the room red or put red curtains, but you can bring some color into that space. Okay. You have to remember that Feng Shui is based upon the Chinese culture and history. Okay. They put red in their fame and reputation because red symbolizes visibility and luck. And I think in most cultures it does. In prosperity, they put red because their money is red. In the American culture, being in the red means being overdrawn. That may not align for you. So one of the things that I love to do as a Chinese, I'm as a feng shui practitioner, is to really marry the principles of feng shui and the Chinese zodiac with modern day culture, right? So as a Greek, I bring some Greek stuff in, okay, because that's part of my culture. So there is this harmony that's created when you actually make these things mean something for you, okay? Not just throwing up wind chimes and crystals and looking like you're in, a feng shui store. That's not aesthetically pleasing, and it's not really feng shui either, okay? So, got a little sidetracked there. little pet peeve and tangent. Okay, so anyway, I was talking about the ritual, the return of the 9 blessings. So this is a simple feng shui ritual that you would do in your fame and reputation area, where you intentionally call back the good karma, blessings, and opportunities that you've already put out into the world. So this year of the fire horse is not about like the overnight success. It is about the person that's been diligently doing the work, gaining ground, gaining momentum, training, putting themselves out there, and now they get seen. They get discovered. So it's not like it's a fluke. You've been doing the work all along, and now you finally get recognition. And this is what this ritual is about. Okay? So again, this year, this fire horse here is really about being seen, being recognized, and allowing yourself to receive. Sometimes we've done so much giving over the years that we forget that we're allowed to receive as well. Okay. So if this speaks to you, I've made this ritual available as a PDF for $18. You can comment below 9 or send me a message and I will send that to you. What else? I actually had something else for you. Give me 1 second as I look at my notes here. Okay. No, that was it. Okay. So, oh, yeah. I did have something else for you. So, there's something else in the Chinese feng shui and Chinese zodiac, okay? And one of the things is that these 12 animals interact with each other, right? Some are opponents, some are allies, some are secret friends. So what the purpose of the secret friend is, it's your secret ally. So if this year is about, burnout, if there are challenges this year that are coming to you because the element doesn't work well with your natural element and the Chinese zodiac that you were born in, or the year of the horse doesn't get along with your zodiac sign, and I'm not going to go into that because it's like kind of complex, but we can definitely do that in a session if you'd like, so just DM me. But the secret friend's job is that when you carry or wear the secret friend, what this year is the goat is the secret friend of the horse. So when you carry or wear or have the goat in your home, it will grease the wheels for you. It will give you the tenacity to make it through whatever challenges the fire horse brings to you, so that you can receive the blessings. You can have that visibility, right? You can have that momentum that the fire horse is bringing into your life. Okay. So in honor of that, I made 9 of these. I only have 6 left, and I can custom make one if you'd like. I've made these bracelets. So they are memory wire. So they just slip on. Actually, these are the 6 that are available. I'll just give you a sneak peek in a second. And then I have my own. So this is mine. It's got a black, where's my camera here? Black, dang it. There we go. Black agate rose in the center. It's got citrine. Citrine is a great stone to wear this year because it harnesses some of that fire element, but it's muted. And also citrine is a stone of wealth. So it's really good to align with wealth, whatever that means to you. I've also got some black onyx here for protection. I've got some little sterling silver dragonflies. So this year is really a lot about transformation for me. Obviously, I'm a dragon. And then we have our little goat charm here. Hold on, let me turn it around. So the goat itself is not sterling silver, but the rest of it is. Okay. And then I also have like a little citrine heart here. So they each, so this one's mine and not available for sale. But if you like the components in mine, I can definitely custom make one similar to mine. I only make one of a piece items. So, so this one is citrine and black onyx. It's got that same heart, faceted heart bead in the center. This one actually has a key on it. That's what it felt called. And again, that little goat right there. These are adjustable, so they fit pretty much any wrist. This one has a beautiful citrine in the center and then a pair of black onyx hearts. Actually, I think these are black obsidian. I'd have to look them up. And then these are these yummy Bali beads. These are handmade sterling silver beads made in Bali. And we've got, again, our little goat charm here and then another black obsidian heart. These all have different meanings. I'm not going to go into that. I'm just giving you a little sneak peek. If you're interested in them, you can find them either in the Worthy Wednesday post that's still up, the Worthy Wednesday spell that I do, or you can find them in on my business products page, which is called Mystical Mama. I'll drop the link below. So this one is snowy quartz with tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is a great stone to wear this year because it is earth element. So that earth element will help balance that fire, especially if you are a fire element. You definitely want to bring in earth to kind of like calm the fire down so you don't burn out. We've got black obsidian, our little goat charm here, and then a nice cute little star with some sterling silver beads. This one is tiger's eye, black obsidian, and black onyx and mother of pearl with a cute little heart bead there, and our goat, of course. If you're interested in these bracelets but you don't like this style, I can definitely restring them for you onto a regular memory wire or regular wire and put a clasp on it. So let me know. This one's got these beautiful faceted teardrop crystal quartz. Again, tiger's eye, black onyx, are a little dangle here. Oh, I'm not in the camera. A little dangle here, and then our little goat charm here. And then last one is this yummy citrine tumble with a black, this is gold sheen obsidian, tiger's eye. These silver beads actually are hematite. It's silver hematite. I know they're just like not sterling silver, but they're hematite, but they're silver colored. I know this one's really yummy too. And then we've got this beautiful open heart star with a tiger's eye in the center, and then our goat charm. So these are available. They're I think they range from like $60 to $75. And they are one of a kind, first come, first serve. If you saw something, definitely message me and claim one, or you can go onto the Mystical Mama page. Hold on, well, I'll put that on there in the comments later when I am done. And then again, if you are interested in Feng Shui or learning more about your Chinese zodiac, you can always message me and we can set up a session. I can let you know what my offers are for that. And I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to see what your Chinese zodiac is if you want to comment below. And actually, if you comment below, I will give you the little paragraph about, you know, what this year is about, all the things that I shared on this live. So if you comment your Chinese zodiac emoji, I'll share that little paragraph with you and you can screenshot it and keep it as a reference guide. And, you know, I just want you guys to remember that all these systems of Feng Shui Chinese astrology, regular astrology, human design, they are amazing guidelines. Okay. They give you like guideposts. They're like guardrails to show you what your path is. They're blueprints, right? But what you do with your life is uniquely yours. Okay. I was actually in a class this morning, a science of the mind class, and we are talking about like these amazing things that people do. And I was sharing how, like, yeah, it's amazing, but we all do amazing things. And we all have this sense of purpose. I call it, I can't not. And one of the things for my can't not is sharing these different modalities with you. Okay. And not just sharing you with them for you to learn what they are so that you can teach them or just have this information in your head, but how do you use it in your real life to shape your life, to create your life, to make your life better? Okay. So it's not saying, oh, I'm a fire dragon, this is my fate. It's saying, I'm a fire dragon, and this is the energy that brings into my life, and this is how I can use it to create the life that I want. Okay. So that's the distinction there. Okay. So please remember that the year of the fire horse is all about movement. You're either going to move or you're going to get dragged. Okay. And also about aligned movement, not about burnout. Okay. Finding harmony. I don't like the word balance. Harmony. Okay. Kind of, I've talked about this before in other videos about how the areas of your life, think of them as parts of an orchestra. They're not separate. They're not compartments. They are instruments in an orchestra. And how do you create that symphony that is uniquely your life? Okay. And sometimes the woodwinds are taken over and that's your children. And sometimes the percussion is taken over and that's your business. And that's okay. But it's finding that harmony so that you are really living and dancing through life. Okay. So the other thing the fire horse is about is visibility. You will be seen this year. So how do you want to be seen? Okay. That's your choice. All right. And it's also about receiving the rewards of the energy that you put out into the world. Okay. So we are going to see some quote unquote overnight successes that have taken 25 years to get to this place or whatever. Right. So we're going to see a lot of that. Okay. This year. And also when you align your home, you align your energy, you actually are aligning yourself to receive. You're allowing yourself to receive. So when you align with the energy of the year, your own personal Chinese zodiac and human design and astrology, and you create a space, aka your home, and even your car and your purse, you can take Feng Shui to all sorts of levels. The top of my dresser, which is actually, over there, is an altar, and it's actually based on the Feng Shui Bagua. Okay, my money bowl is in the prosperity corner of that space, right? I have a little cauldron that I burn candles and incense near the fame and reputation, right? So there's so many ways that you can bring Feng Shui and the Chinese Zodiac into your life. It's just a lot of fun, right? So I really invite you to align with who you are, align your home, your energy, and allow yourself to receive. Okay. And the good that you've given to come back to you tenfold. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions or you'd like to schedule a Chinese astrology session or a Feng Shui session, please feel free to contact me. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.